Hey guys, it's Troz here. It's been a while since I put up a video, so today I'm going to be playing a more Kerbal Space program. Gonna be staying on Kerbin today. I think I'm gonna try to show off two of the Easter eggs on Kerbin. I've designed this plane here that fly pretty good ways around the planet, and so I'm gonna try to first fly towards the Pyrmids, and then I'm going to fly towards the hidden secondary launch facilities. On the back of the plane here we have two probes. Unfortunately I have to drop them both at the same time, so I think I'm going to be trying to drop them off at the Pyrmids and then fly over to the second launch site. The ship is actually made just a few small tweaks to it and actually flies pretty well. It's got two of the lower atmosphere engines and one of the high atmosphere engine that actually provides a good bit of thrust. It needs a lot more oxygen though, which actually kind of works out well, because if I do wind up flying too high, it flames out first, and then with the lack of thrust the plane drops, and so it's not like one of the side engines will flame out and cause us to spin. So it works out that this ship is pretty stable. Alright, so I'm going to be launching here in a minute. So let's throttle up here. Start the engines. And let's get going. Doesn't take off too well. We actually have to kind of roll off the end of the runway, but turn on SAS, turn off SAS, there we go. And now we need to turn to a 180 here. Ooh. That's what I was afraid of. Need to get it pointed in the direction where... Yeah. If you turn too much off of the axis you're facing, it goes all sorts of wild. That was a little too far. Actually, that's not that bad. Alrighty. A little bit of aerobatics there, but not sure exactly what's going on. Usually I have the aeronautic SAS on here. You usually can turn slightly with it on, but not seeing that happening now. Let's just about there, and now we want to climb to about 14 kilometers and really get our speed going. This is the location of the pyramid, and here's the other launch site. So take us a while to get there. So I'll probably begin fast forwarding soon. Let's get the gear up. And once we reach altitude, I'll probably put the nose about 15 degrees and hold it there. Which, there we are. Any higher and we risk falling out. Alright, we're approaching the pyramids now, slowing down a bit so we can come down. I'm not going to land. The ground really isn't that level there, and it's actually a little bit difficult to land, especially if you have a larger plane like this. But I am going to drop off these probes, which means we'll have to do a low slope class to make sure they don't get further than 2 kilometers. I have flown here before. I have crashed. I believe what you're seeing is a debris field. I do have a guy, or 2 guys, I believe. 2 Kerbals on the ground, surviving the one crash. Nose around here so we get yeah, that's pretty lined up now. Let's pull off a bit. these probes are set up in a drop and forget mode. Basically, they detach and open a parachute immediately, and as long as I'm within 2 kilometers, they'll land safely. Kind of one problem is, at least at altitude, this ship can be going 2 kilometers in about 4 or 5 seconds. So I'll have to really slow down and do some tight turns. Even at this speed, 2 kilometers is only 12 seconds or so. And of course, this ship doesn't really do tight turns that well. We're 30 kilometers, hard to tell, 40 out, and we're 7.5 up. Just beginning to see the flickering pixels of the pyramids. How you can tell something there is not just terrain, that the pixels will flicker. It's different surfaces of the object are drawn on that pixel. You can see these pyramids are kind of in a valley between a few hills, mountains, and let's nose down some more. So we're pretty high. Almost dropped the engines off. Yeah, now we're slowing down pretty good. Don't want to be too high when we drop these probes. Also say these probes are carrying supplies for the Kerbals who crashed. Yes. See, coming into view now. It's kind of a stepped pyramids, not true pyramid-shaped pyramids like the Egyptian pyramids, but still very an interesting object to explore. Probably gonna level out about 2,000 meters. Yeah, only about 100 meters a second, which is very nice speed. Tried to land coming uphill. I actually did land and roll, but then the terrain started going up more at the end, and that's where the ship broke apart. Last time I tried to come out here, you kind of definitely see the pyramid now. Pyrmids, one central larger one and a few small ones. There's also some kind of statue or pillar at the front. And let's start pulling up. Oh, yeah, I'm way under my height, but actually lower is nicer for these probes. And there's also some issues with the train. You can see kind of a little wedge shape cliff or something. So a nice low pass here. Yeah, you can see the statue out front, and I'm going to be dropping these probes now. Just get a little throttle because we're going to need some lift to get off here, and trying to circle around. That was not good. Too far. It's just about the limit. We can do circle around. And yeah, I think the probes are down. No, we probably got out of range. That's previous debris. Oh well. Let's do one more pass. Ooh, that's not good at all. Up, up, nose up. That was very close. I accidentally clicked off the window there for a second, and I'm just going down this. Up. Yeah, you can really see that edge there. I'll have to drop the probes off at another time. Yeah, I really need to get in like this and get turning before I drop the probes. Yeah, there's a nice shot. And the anomaly in the ground. Alrighty, let's head towards our second target. Approximately in this direction. I'm gonna climb back up to altitude. No, helps if I throttle all the way up. Nearly directly north. Alrighty, here we are in range. Now, if you zoom all the way in, there's a little H on the ground. And that's because this whole section, this whole landing or launch facility is in a little depression that's kind of H-shaped. This is going to make landing here difficult. I did drop probes here previously, and I also landed a spacecraft about 2 kilometers away from the actual facility. This is the spacecraft over here where this is 57 kilometers, and I believe this is the probes. And goes up. Come on, goes up. There we go. Ooh, not that one. Yeah. There it is. Starting to load in. Yep, here's the probes from an earlier flight. We got a tall lander over here. Spaceship that I landed in this area. We have Jeffrey Kerbin. Came from tall lander and walked over to the launch facility to check it out. Now you can see this big kind of H or K-shaped indent in the ground. It's a good 200-300 meters down. Maybe it's just 2. I'm not sure how long it is from one end to the other. It's at least a kilometer, if not more. You can see the launch facility. Looks like I'll be flying directly over it. Ready to pull up because I don't want to get too much lower. But a vehicle assembly building and a launch tower. And low flyby here. Really low flyby. Need to pull up. Let's try coming around. Alrighty, that was a flyby of to the interesting points on Kerbin, Kerbal's planet. So we head back to Kerbal Space Center. Let's kick the throttle up here so we get over this without a problem. And want to be heading 90, just about. So we're here, and we need to fly all the way back here, and it's gonna be dark when we get there. That's why this has landing lights. A little south of 90 because this is pretty far north. And we should have the fuel to make it. Craft does get lighter as we burn our fuel, so we should have plenty of fuel to make it back. Especially once we get up to altitude and start really, we should be able to easily be going over 600 meters a second. Alright, I'll probably be fast forwarding for the rest of the video until we get close to landing. Alright, let's time warp back down to 1. We're within range of the Kerbal Space Center. Came in a little to the north of where I wanted to be, but so pretty high, but let's try and make a landing here. Fuel, but we should be able to make it from here. Oh, all engines are given about the same thrust. I was wondering if we were low enough that I should shut off the center one, but it's definitely still helping. Starting to get dark here. Sun is setting. So light's not that they'll be much use until we're just a few hundred meters above the runway, but test drop of the probes. Up a little, do some descent rate. to let's put our gear down. We have plenty. Most of them are spares in case you tip one way or the other. Oh, I've passed the runway. Yeah. Let's roll the other way now. Come around. Roll or come around. Come down, and we're actually rather nicely lined up. It's looking pretty good. Maybe nose down a bit more. It's pretty high still. Everything here is about 65 meters up. And oh, there's the lights on the ground. Totally flying over the runway. Off, goes up. Well, we landed next to the runway, and engines are off. Hit the brakes. And we can consider that a successful mission. Not exactly on the runway, but pretty darn close. And after going quarter way around the globe and back, I think we can call that a success. I'll see you guys next time. Definitely probably will have some more videos up the rest of this coming week with the new Minecraft update coming out, and been watching a few of the Kerbal Space Program dev diaries. They got some good stuff coming up, so maybe 19 in a few weeks, hopefully. Some pretty good stuff in there, including new rover parts and powered wheels, so you can actually make rovers on the moon and other planets. So it looks like we got a bunch of good stuff coming up. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.